Yes. Okay. So the thing I'm gonna do now is to first show you this exercise as an example, and I will go through the whole exercise. It's gonna take a lot of time, but I'm gonna do it. And then the next thing you should do is try on your own on exercise 2. And if you are stuck, you can go in and watch the entire video for that one. And then you try on exercise 3. And then if you're stuck, you go in and look at that one, and so on and so on. Okay. But let's start with this one first. We have a figure here, and we wanna. Got something here. Yes, and we wanna. The first thing we should do here is find the area of rectangle ABE, which is this rectangle over here. And the thing is, we can use this sentence: the area is 1/2 times A times B times sine to the angle between the two sides A and B. So we need to know two sides and the angle between them. We only know one side, so we have to find another side here. And if we look carefully here, we see that this angle is equals to this angle, which means that this side is equal to this side. That's always the case here. If we have a triangle with two equal sides, these two angles are equal, and the other way around. So I know that this one is 6.0 meters, this side as well. So now two sides. So then I have A and B. I can use this as A and B, but I need the angle between them. I need this angle, but of course these two are 150 altogether, and we want 180 in a triangle, so this has to be 30 degrees. So the area of the triangle is 1/2 times one side times one other side times sine to the angle between them. And if we put this into cos, will we get the answer 9? I don't show cos here, but this will be 9 as an answer. So then the answer here is the area is 9 for this triangle here. Then the next exercise, find the length of CE. That is this side here. Let's take this in red here. This side here, CE. Find this length. And remember, we have two weapons here. We have the sine rule, which looks like this, right? And we can also change this side, this upside down on every term here. And so that's the sine rule. And we have the cosine rule, which is this rule here, right? And what all of these exercises, which we will do today, will be about is trying to find sides and angles in triangles, and then we can use these two rules here. We of course also have some rules for right angle triangles, which are a bit easier, but normally we don't have right angle triangles. We have to use these rules here. So actually the challenge in all these exercises which we'll look on today is which rule do I use and how do I use it. Okay, so now I'm going to find this side here. That's my task. And I can first look at this triangle. We need to have triangles, right? And this triangle, I know this angle and I know this side here. That's not very much. I could try and use the sine rule here because I know the opposite angle. But then I have to know one other pair, a side and the opposite angle. And I don't know this angle. But let's then look at the other triangle here, which this side is a part of this triangle here. And here we'll know a bit more, right? So we know the angle here, the opposite angle of this side. So we may think we can use the sine rule, but then we have to know one side and the opposite angle. If you want to use the sine rule, we always have to know one side and the opposite angle, and we don't know this. But if you know two sides, we nearly always can use the cosine rule. Remember that Pythagoras rule says that if you know two sides of a right angle triangle, we can always use Pythagoras to find the third one. If we know two sides in a triangle which is not right angle, we can nearly almost find the third one by using the cosine rule. So I want to find this side, call this x here. So I write x squared here. And remember on the cosine rule, if I have a side here, I have a side here, and over here on the right hand side, I should have cosine of the opposite angle, which is 85.3. So, and in the middle here, we have the two other sides, which are 3, and 3 square, and 9 square, minus 2 times b, 3 times 9. And if we put this into cos and press x equals to, like this, we will get the answer. And this time I will actually show it on cos. So let's bring up cos here. And I just write in the same thing here. X squared equals to 3 squared plus 9 squared. No, sorry. Yeah, plus 9 squared, yes. Correct here. Minus 2 times 3 times 9 times cosine of, now I can't remember, of course, the angle here, 85.3. So cosine 85, and of course dot instead of comma here, and you have to have the degree sign, 85 degrees, and that's alt and the letter O, alt O, right? And then I want to find x, so press x equals to, and I get the negative answer, which is impossible. We can't have a negative side. So this means that x is 9.25. So the side here is 9.25. So that's the answer here. CE is 9.25 meters. And then it says find the length of BC here. So again, we have a triangle here. We have to try and find out as much as possible here. And if I look here, I know this angle and I know the opposite side. That may indicate that I could use the sine rule. If I want to find this side, I need the opposite angle. Here, there are actually two ways of finding this. We could use this as well, because we know two sides here, and we can find the last side. But let's lose the sine rule. Right, we could either use the cosine rule here, or use the sine rule 2 times. So, but I want to show the sine rule. Actually, here we can choose. So let's use the sine rule, but we can't find this side or this angle because we don't know either of them. But I can find this angle because I know the opposite side. So I want to find this angle here, angle C. So I write sine C divided by the opposite side is equals to sine of some other angle, 83.3, divided by the opposite side, which is 9.25, right? So remember this one we can turn around like this, right? Sine B divided by B and sine C divided by C, it says here, right? So I just put it up like this, and I have to call this X, this angle, and on cos I have to write X and then this degree sign. So just put this into cos and press X equals to, okay? So I will do this now in cos here. So sine, and I have to write X, I have to have this one, since X is an angle, divided by the opposite side, which was 6, wasn't it? Equals to sine of another angle, which were, I have a short memory today, there we go, 83.3. 83.3 degrees, you have to remember degrees, divided by the opposite side, which was 9.25. And then I just press X equals to, like this, and I get 40.1 degree. So let's look at that. This seems correct. This seems correct there, right? So we have a 40.1 degree here. And then the thing is, if I know these two angles, I can find the third one here by taking 180 minus 83.3 minus 40.1. This you can do on your calculator on cos if you want. And let's see what we get there. 123.4, won't that be 56.6, I guess. Yes, 56.6 degrees. May I done some stupid mistake there. But I can find this angle, and then the thing is, I can now finally find BC here by using the sine rule again. So I call this side now x. So x divided by sine of the opposite angle is equal to another side we can choose here. Let's take the side 6 divided by sine of the opposite angle, which was 40.1. And this again, I can just put in on cos. Just need a bracket here, right? Let's see if I can try and remember this. 56.6 and 40.9. 56.6 and 40.9. 56.6 and 14.1. 9. I don't know. Let's say this is correct. So I just put up this fraction here. Again, press this one. And I don't get an answer because I have used a comma instead of dot here. So I try again. And I get 7.78. So that's the answer for the final task here. No, I can't remember. 7.78, and we can round off here 7.8 meters. So that is BC, and you should always check if the answer looks correct, right? And if this is 6 and this is 9.25, this looks like it can be 7.8. That sounds reasonable. So that was a long video, and here we got to use several of these formulas: the area formula, the sine rule, and the cosine rule. And that's the things you need for the next exercise. So try on exercise 2. It's far more easier than this one. And if you're stuck, you can look at the next video, and then you go on exercise 3. Are you stuck? Go on the video for exercise 3, and I will also make a video for exercise 4. Good luck.